Good morning, everybody. How's everybody's January going? It's about 10 o'clock on January 7th, 2023. I wanted to film a short video on the definitive way, in my view at least, to hunt down lien codes in your car. In my case today, I actually do not have a lien code, but I do have a misfire on one of my cylinders. And so in a different video, I do some testing on the plugs and coils, and those checked out okay. So we're on to the next step. I'll eventually get that video posted, but today I'm basically trying to determine whether or not it's time for spark plug seals and potentially valve cover gaskets. So smoke, in my view, fun. Smoke is fun, but also is probably one of the best ways to visually see whether or not you've got a leak in your system. So before I go on further, I just want to point out that I am going to use equipment. So if you're a DIYer, and by the way, I'm a DIYer, but if you have no equipment, I'm going to use equipment. And food for thought. If you're a Rover driver, or if you're a guy that likes to wrench around in his driveway, I think a smoke tester and a smoke test setup is a pretty good investment. I'm going to show you my setup in a second, but I think total cost of my setup is around $135 or $140, and they do have an air compressor. But for something like this, any air compressor size will do. And there are smoke testers that don't require compressed air, so that's also something to consider. And so, I'm gonna, most of the guys hook the smoke testers up in the plenum, okay. But I'm actually gonna open up the air box, and I'm gonna hook it up right where you see the mass airflow sensor here. So I'm actually gonna take the mass flow air sensor out now, and these are just a couple of Torx 25s in here. Comes out super easy. So, the only place that you're potentially eliminating in the smoke test here is like the mating surface between the mass airflow sensor and the plenum, right? But if you do hook the tester up where we're gonna show you in a second here, then you do make sure that if the resonator is leaking from the bottom, if the connections on either side of the resonator are actually your where your vacuum leaks are coming from, you'll get those, and most people don't do this, okay? And probably the explanation is they probably don't have this bladder that I'm about to show you in a second here. But the bladder is like $30, $35 on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the bio. Seems to me like it's a pretty good investment. So I'm just going to take my my air box off. This air box, it's got like 97 screws. I wish Rover would have put just a couple of clips on. It would have made things so much easier, but why do that? And 12 hours later, we're finally done. All right, this is what the smoke setup looks like. This is the smoke machine. I'll leave a link in the bio to it, but it cost me about $100. That's my shop air, and then we simply connect it to the battery, and this little doodobber is where the smoke comes out. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but smoke is actually coming out, and the benefit is that your entire neighborhood will smell like baby oil. All right, so here I am. I'm plugging it into this diaphragm, and yeah, this is how this whole thing works. So I'm just going to close up the lever here so I don't reek of baby oil all day. And now I'm going to just put it around the air box, and I'm going to basically place it where the mass airflow sensor traditionally belongs. And, again, so if there is a leak where the mass airflow sensor normally is, you will miss it here. But I don't think I've ever seen that happen, ever. So that's that. So I'm just inflating her here, and I think you can see that she's filling up the hole. That sounded weird. All right. So I'm going to put some smoke in this puppy and just move the lever over here. Okay. So we should have smoke going through this thing. And now we wait. In case you didn't figure it out, I actually kind of know what's going on here. And we are going to need spark plug seals, and we're going to need valve cover gaskets. But I did inspect pretty much everywhere on the top of this engine, and the only place I could find smoke was on the, I think it's technically the right bank. I'm not too sure. But you'll see some smoke coming out. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it clearly, but you could see that it is coming through the valve cover gaskets. And so my view, this is conclusive. It's time for valve cover gaskets. This car's got 257,000 miles on it. It's an '06. Yeah, I mean, she's leaky, you know. You could probably look at and just visually see that she's got oil on the valve cover gasket. So it shouldn't be rocket science that, or a surprise that it's time for them. So I'm going to record those videos. Hopefully that goes smooth. I have not done valve cover gaskets ever on any other vehicle, on any vehicle, period. On small engines, I have done them. But that's like not even close to the same thing. And but I think it'll go okay. So, hey, listen, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Smoke is your friend. And